Hey everybody, Sandra here. If I seem a little groggy, it's because I just woke up from kind of a nap, but wanted to squeeze in a video when I had some time. The big thing is I quit my job, and I don't have another one lined up. So I'm really anxious. Actually, my biggest concern is making sure I'm still covered with health insurance. Because right now I'm on my parents, but I'm going to be turning 26 soon, and that means no more health insurance for me. And I have major medical expenses every month, so kind of freaking out a little bit. But anyway, the other thing that's freaking me out about quitting this job. So this job that I had, a lot of negative things about it, obviously, because I quit. But the one thing that was not negative is that I was out as Genderfluid there, and that's the first time I've been out at work ever. And they were accepting of it, and I felt comfortable with it, and I felt comfortable with being out there as a lesbian and just letting my rainbow self. I mean, for Halloween, I literally came as a walking rainbow. I was covered in rainbow stuff head to toe, including a mustache that was rainbow. And people loved it, and they were totally cool with it, and that was just a really great feeling to have that kind of freedom. And now I've got to start over somewhere else. And I don't know if it's going to be somewhere that's a good place to come out as gender fluid. My other places were not, which is why I didn't. So it kind of sucks big time to be leaving an environment where I felt safe enough with being my full self. Because, when I can't, or don't feel comfortable, I should say, being out as gender fluid, it's like masking a part of yourself, and then suddenly I'm basically back in a closet, and I don't know, I lock up and I don't really feel like I can be my full self. And sometimes, like my job before this one, I worked for 2 years there, and I worked with all guys, and so like it I was just one of the guys, and they saw me that way, I saw them that way, so it's like I didn't even really have to be out. It was almost kind of like an unspoken thing if you're one of the boys. But when you're working somewhere where you're surrounded by women, like I just was, not being out as gender fluid for the brief time that I was, a couple months, it's really awkward, And I'm sure you guys can understand how awkward it is trying to pretend or smother such a huge part of who you are, and almost kind of being afraid to say it, afraid to show it, kind of walking on eggshells. And I feel that way about my sexuality. I don't know if I've actually said that I'm lesbian at some of my jobs. I think it was pretty much known. I know if I ever mentioned my exes, I would say she, so it was kind of obvious. But again, some places just don't seem safe to be able to come out. Luckily, I'm in Maryland. It's a very open-minded place, so it's not like I'm back in West Virginia or anything. But, there are some jobs I've been applying to where it seems like not that great of a fit when it comes to that sort of thing, but it's a fit with everything else. So I might have to compromise a little bit more than I want to when it comes to that sort of thing, because bottom line is I need a job. I don't want one where I'm miserable like I just had, because it was horrible. And I had to get out. It was to the point where I actually broke down at work and called my mom, crying hysterically, and I stepped out of my office to call her, and we were on the top floor, so much of the bottom floor, and they had the supports, and I was literally holding on to the support of the building to keep myself from punching a wall or hurting myself in some way or another, because I just lost it. And I told my mom on the phone, I was like, talk me off a ledge, I can't do this. So I talked to my family, and they were very supportive, and luckily I live with them, so I'm not having the threat of being homeless or kicked out, and they said they'd be willing to help out with some bills and different stuff. But it sucks. When you finally feel like, all right, you're able to be out completely as who you are, but they didn't respect me there. Nope. So I'm hoping to find somewhere that's got a balance of what's good with my experience and what I like doing, and an environment that's healthy, and hopefully one where I can just be myself and not have to hide everything, to be able to say, hey, guess what, my name's Sander, I'm also, Shelly, but I'm also Sander, like I was able to say before, and have a couple people add me on Facebook from that job because it said Sander on there and they were comfortable with it and all that fun stuff. So a lot going on, just job searching like crazy right now, and hoping something comes up soon. I'm hoping just get a new career because I absolutely hate doing admin work, but unfortunately that's where my experience is, and that's more of what I know how to do. Other stuff I kind of know how to do, but I just don't have the degree. I never graduated college. I only have 2 years of college. So anyways, that's what's going on with me. Nice and depressing, huh? Great. But I'm sure it'll work out. I've got faith that it will. I'll just have to see from there and have a positive mindset that this will be the right job for once. Because I just kind of had to take this last one out of desperation. But anyway, I just want to tell one story about how terrible this job was. Just so you know how horrible these employers were. So I had to get surgery. And that was in August. And I had a lot of appointments leading up to that point where I had to leave early. And I don't know if I mentioned this on these videos or not. So if you've heard this second time, sorry. But anyway, my review comes up, right? My first review. And they told me I had an attendance problem because of these doctor's appointments, which I never missed a day of work. Ever. I would leave early to go to an appointment, and I would make my appointments as late as possible, but I got slammed for my attendance and they didn't give me a raise. Even though they gave me 2 jobs. They had added on another job at that point. So I was doing 2 jobs for $15 an hour, didn't give a raise, right? Well, this is when it gets bad. I had the surgery, right? No get well card, no flowers, no are you doing okay. Instead, the day after my surgery, first thing in the morning, I got a call from my boss because he needed to know what the password was to get into one of our systems. Day after my surgery, he calls me to ask about the password. Didn't say, how you doing? Are you alright? We're thinking of you. Nope. Nothing. No acknowledgement at all. In the final straw, I told them I have PTSD, which I do. Been through some stuff. Got bipolar disorder, and I've talked about it before. And they wanted to switch my office and put me in this other office that's basically the size of a broom closet. No windows, dark. Just basically a hole that reminded me a lot of solitary confinement and other places like that. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't be in there. And I told them that. And they said, too bad. You can open the door. Just leave the door open. Wow. They solved my problem. So all I gotta do is leave a door open and I'm cured. That was the final straw right there. So anyway, just wanted to share how horrible that experience was, and let y'all know, if you ever have employers that treat you like that, that treat you like crap and don't pay attention, do everything you can to get out of there, because your sanity and your health are so much more important than any job. Because just remember, you're amazing, you need to put you first, and you're awesome, and that's what you should do if you're ever in that position. Because I definitely think that you guys are awesome for watching this and supporting me and being amazing. I really, really appreciate it. I really do. So here's to a new adventure. Hopefully this happened for a reason, and I'll find the right place. We can hope. So, life, right? Alrighty, so y'all have a good night. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll catch you later.